Okay, I'm going to do a brief review for you on this Barrett Values Centre questionnaire, which can be a useful addition when you're looking at identifying your values. And that can be helpful when thinking about your career. It can be helpful when thinking about your personal branding. It can be helpful when thinking about authentic leadership. So there are a number of different ways that an activity like this can be used. So the Barrett Personal Values Assessment, which is www.valuescentre.com. It's within that space, and this is a tool that anybody can use. It's not copyrighted or anything like that. It's just something that's available for you to be able to answer. And as a result of doing it, you end up with something like this, which is just like a kind of a summary assessment piece around that identifies what your main values are, and then it's got like a little bit of wraparound bump which basically talks about how to understand them in relation to a model that they've created. So this model is a little bit like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So you can see at the bottom here, it's got this pyramid going up, which is a little bit like Maslow. So you've got your sort of your foundation stuff around survival, relationship, self-esteem, and then there's a bit in the middle which is around transformation, and then it goes up to this potential for you to then be able to be in service to others, make a difference, and these kinds of things. So the lower level consciousness is where your values can be limited, and when you're operating in this space, then you can have fear-based values, and they are gonna make it difficult for you to progress, to be able to perhaps be as effective as you could be. So the good thing about this test is it enables you to identify some of those and look at then how they might be limiting you and in what way, and it can sort of enable you to be challenged around that. And once you identify what they are, then there are a number of things that you can then do to kind of unblock that and work around that. And if you're interested in understanding what they are, then then feel free to contact me, and I can offer some advice around that. So yeah, we've got these different areas, and what it does is it then gives you a list of your main ones that you identify, and it's got like your area, so it gives you sort of like how many times they've come up and stuff like that, and then it gives you like a statement which is like a summary of what's come up for you specifically, and that can be something that you can then analyze and reflect on and think about what the implications are. The thing that's quite helpful, and then it goes through a sort of what those values are that have been identified, self-reflection and next step. Then you've got an exercise. So this exercise is self-development exercise. So within this, it asks you to, out of the 10 values that you've identified, select 3. And then, why do you believe this value is important to you? Recall a moment in your life when you lived by this value. What behaviours did you exhibit and support this value? How might you react if this value was not being honoured by others? Describe your feelings, thoughts and actions. I was really surprised at how powerful my feelings, thoughts and actions were when that value that I'd identified as being important got violated. What this does is it kind of allows you to understand like what's important to you authentically and how you operate and where you're operating from, and that can be really helpful for personal branding. So my 3 main values are around well-being, coaching and mentoring, and openness. And when I think about why, well-being enables me to be present in the world, to enjoy, to be my best self, to connect deeply with others. Connections, something that I really feel is important. Um, Coaching and mentoring is an approach that enables people, including myself, to be the best version that they can be. I believe that life is short, and it's about living the best way that you can for the time that you have. And finally, openness. I'm not perfect. I want to be authentic. I want to enable others to feel encouraged to be that, and then to connect and to live with integrity. So these three, and recognizing those, that really enables me to see from where I operate, um, and feel rooted and confident in that, really. So yeah, I find that this exercise has been a really useful exercise in identifying that, and there's just a second part to it, which is around three that you would like to live more fully, and then the questions that are asked around that enable you really to think about what actions might come as a result. So yeah, I think it's quite a tidy piece of work that can be quite helpful for different people, especially at this moment where people are renegotiating what they want to be doing, and thinking about some of that core stuff can be really helpful. There's other things which are a little bit more career focused around the strengths that you might exhibit and what you find meaningful professionally. And I don't think this really gets there, but it is a useful starting point. I hope that you have found this helpful. If you would like to know more, then please feel free to message me. All right. Thank you.